What if I told you the pain you're feeling right now isn't because she left, but because you're fighting reality? You're not suffering because of the breakup. You're suffering because you refuse to let go. Because deep down, you still believe she was the one. You still believe you lost something irreplaceable. But that's a lie, one your mind is feeding you. The biggest mistake men make after a breakup isn't losing her, it's losing themselves. When she walked away, you started chasing, maybe not physically, but mentally. You replay the memories, overanalyze her last words, stalk her social media, and wonder if she'll ever come back. Every time you do this, you chain yourself to the past. And the more you chase something, the faster it runs. Let me tell you something harsh, but necessary. She is not suffering like you are. She's not lying awake at night, wondering where things went wrong. And that's not because she's heartless. It's because, in her mind, she made a choice. Whether that choice was right or wrong doesn't matter. What matters is that the second she walked away, she took control. And now, so should you. Most men fail at this. They beg, they plead, they seek closure, desperately trying to turn back time. But every desperate move you make only confirms one brutal truth. She has power over you. And that power? It keeps her from missing you. It keeps her from regretting anything. Because nothing kills attraction faster than a man who can't stand on his own 2 feet. But what if I told you that right now, in the middle of your heartbreak, you hold the key to something far greater? Something that not only makes her regret leaving, but makes you untouchable. A version of yourself so disciplined, so in control, that nothing, not her, not the past, not even your own emotions, can shake you. That key is Stoicism, the ability to master your emotions, control your mind, and detach from what you cannot control. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about playing games. This is about rewiring your mind so that, instead of breaking under pain, you become the pain. You absorb it, use it, transform it into something lethal. By the end of this video, you won't just move on, you'll evolve. You'll learn the psychological tactics that shift the power back into your hands. You'll see exactly why silence is more powerful than words, why emotional control is your greatest weapon, and why the moment you stop caring, she will. So if you're done being a slave to your emotions, if you're ready to reclaim your power, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. Now, let's begin. Number 1. She's not who you think she is. Right now, you're not in love with her. You're in love with the idea of her, the person you thought she was. But here's the harsh reality. You never truly saw her. You only saw what your mind wanted to see. Your brain is playing tricks on you. It's taking the best moments, the laughter, the closeness, and looping them like a highlight reel. It's ignoring the red flags, the doubts, the times she pulled away. Why? Because the mind hates discomfort. It wants certainty, and certainty feels like holding on to the illusion that she was perfect, that she was yours. But let's break that illusion. If she was truly the woman you thought she was, would she have left? Would she have let you suffer like this? Would she be moving on so easily while you're drowning in memories? Number. The version of her that exists in your head isn't real. You've placed her on a pedestal so high that she became untouchable. Untouchable not because of who she is, but because of the way you see her. And here's where most men fail. They cling to the fantasy. They refuse to see her flaws, the cracks in the foundation, the truth behind the mask. They tell themselves she was the best they'll ever have, that no one will compare. And the second they believe that, they become prisoners to a ghost. A man who cannot see reality for what it is will always be controlled by it. But the second you stop idealizing her, the second you see her for who she truly is, not a goddess, not an angel, not the one who got away, but a flawed human being like anyone else, that's when you break free. That's when you reclaim control. So take a deep breath. Look back not with nostalgia, but with clarity. Strip away the fantasy and see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. If you're done making decisions from a place of weakness, if you're ready to take back control, comment below. I see reality for what it is. Number 2. Pain is a weapon if you use it right. Most men run from pain. They numb it, drown it in distractions, or beg for relief. But a Stoic man, he embraces it. He lets it sharpen him, because pain is not the enemy, it's the forge. And right now, you're either going to let this break you, or you're going to let it build you. Think about it. Every great transformation in history was born from suffering. Warriors are made in war, not in comfort. Legends rise from hardship, not ease. And the men who become unshakable, they don't run from pain, they become it. They let it fuel them, refine them, shape them into something stronger than before. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to weakness. You let this pain consume you. You spiral. You lose yourself in sorrow. But the other path, that's where power is born. That's where you use this pain like fuel. You wake up earlier. You hit the gym harder. You sharpen your mind, your discipline, your self-control. Every time you feel the sting of her absence, you channel it into something productive. Most men waste their suffering. They drown it in alcohol, distractions, or empty rebounds. But a man who understands the power of pain, he turns heartbreak into motivation. He turns rejection into resilience. And while she's out there thinking she left you broken, she has no idea that she just handed you the greatest gift, a reason to rise. So don't resist the pain. Welcome it. Let it transform you into someone so disciplined, so unfazed, that when she sees you again, if she ever does, she won't recognize the man standing before her. And that's when you've truly won. If you're done running from pain, if you're ready to let it sharpen you, comment below, I use pain as fuel. Number 3. Silence kills more than words ever could. Most men make the fatal mistake of thinking words will change her mind. They write long texts, plead for closure, try to remind her of what they had. But here's the truth, words are cheap. The moment you try to explain, justify, or beg, you hand her all the power. She doesn't need to wonder how you feel. She doesn't need to second-guess her decision, because you're making it clear you're still attached. But silence? Silence is lethal. Silence is unanswered questions. It's mystery. It's a void that her mind is forced to fill. And the longer she goes without hearing from you, the more she starts to wonder. Why isn't he chasing? Why isn't he broken? Did he move on? That uncertainty, that's power. See, the human mind hates an incomplete story. It craves resolution. But when you disappear, when you remove yourself without a single word, you create an empty space that she has to fill. And the longer that space exists, the more it starts working against her. If you've ever been ignored by someone you cared about, you know how it feels. It messes with your head. It makes you question everything. And here's the twist. When you finally get that silence, you start remembering the good times more than the bad. You start doubting your own decisions. That is what silence does. It plants a seed of regret. So if you're still texting, still checking her social media, still accidentally running into her, stop. She doesn't need another message. She doesn't need another reminder that you're suffering. What she needs is absence. The kind of absence that makes her feel your presence more than your words ever could. Let silence be your message. Let your disappearance be the loudest statement you'll ever make. Because a man who can walk away without a word, that is a man who is truly in control. If you're done explaining yourself, if you're ready to make silence your weapon, comment below. My absence speaks louder than words. Number 4. The one who cares less controls more. In every relationship, whether romantic, business, or personal, there's a power dynamic, and the one who cares less always holds the advantage. Right now, you're in pain because you care more. You're obsessing, overthinking, and emotionally invested in someone who has already moved on. And that imbalance? It's why you feel powerless. It's why she's in control. Because the more you care, the more leverage she has. Think about it. Who chases in a breakup? The one who's losing, the one who still has something to prove. But the moment you stop caring, the moment you detach emotionally, everything shifts. She starts wondering why you're not chasing. She starts questioning her decision, because suddenly she's not the one being pursued. This is human nature. People crave what they can't have. The more unavailable something is, the more valuable it becomes. And right now, your biggest mistake is making yourself too available. Every time you text, call, or stalk her socials, you're reinforcing one thing: you still care. You're still waiting. And as long as she knows that, she has no reason to miss you, no reason to regret leaving. But when you flip the script, when you start caring less, you take that power back. You stop reacting. You stop giving her the satisfaction of knowing you're suffering. And suddenly, you become the one she can't figure out. And that uncertainty, that's what keeps people up at night. This isn't about pretending. It's not about playing games. It's about shifting your focus, about realizing that no woman, no relationship, no past love is worth your peace, your energy. Because the moment you learn to detach, to move forward without looking back, you become the one who's in control. If you're done giving away your power, if you're ready to control your emotions instead of being controlled by them, comment below. I care less, I control more. Number 5, the law of replacement. She's already doing it, so should you. Nature hates a vacuum. The human mind despises emptiness, and yet here you are, staring at the void she left behind, refusing to fill it. But let me tell you something, she already has. Women understand something most men don't. They know that the best way to move on is to replace. It's not about finding someone better, it's about filling the space. That's why she seems fine. That's why she's posting, smiling, and living like nothing happened. She's already distracted. She's already replacing the emotional connection she had with you. And if you don't do the same, you'll be stuck, lost in memories while she moves forward. But here's where most men get it wrong. They think replacement means finding another woman, jumping into a rebound, drowning the pain in meaningless attention. But that's not power, that's desperation. A true replacement isn't just another relationship. It's something that elevates you, something that makes you better. So what should you replace her with? Discipline, strength, self-improvement. You take the energy you wasted on her and reinvest it into yourself. You hit the gym harder than ever. You build your skills, your finances, your mind. You become so obsessed with leveling up that, before you even realize it, you've left her in the past. And here's the best part. When she sees you again, if she ever does, she won't be looking at the same man. She'll be looking at someone she can't reach anymore. And that's when the power shift is complete. Because by the time she realizes what she lost, you'll be too busy winning to care. If you're done living in the past, if you're ready to fill the space she left behind with something stronger, comment below, I replace weakness with strength. Number 6, your greatest revenge, a life she can't touch. Revenge isn't getting her back. It's not making her jealous. It's not proving a point. Real revenge is becoming a man so untouchable that she can't even reach you anymore. Right now, you're thinking about her, wondering if she'll regret leaving, if she'll ever miss you. But let me ask you, what does that do for you? Does it make you stronger? Does it make you more disciplined? Or does it keep you stuck, replaying a past that's already over? Most men waste their energy trying to make their ex notice them. They post things for attention. They show up where she'll see them. They drop hints like breadcrumbs, hoping she'll pick them up. But hope is not power. Detachment is. And the second you stop caring about what she sees, what she thinks, what she feels, that's when you truly win. Think about the most successful men in history. Do you think they sat around crying over women who walked away? Number. They used every loss as fuel. They turned pain into discipline. They built a life so massive, so fulfilling, that the past became nothing but a faded memory, and by the time their ex finally looked back, it was too late. That's your path now. You don't get revenge by proving anything to her. You get revenge by proving everything to yourself. By building a body, a mindset, and a future that she could never be a part of again. Because the truth is, when you really level up, it's not that she wants you back, it's that she knows she can't have you. And that feeling, that's far more powerful than any petty game you could ever play. If you're done chasing shadows, if you're ready to build a life so great she becomes irrelevant, comment below, I rise above the past. Number 7, you were the prize, you just forgot it. Somewhere along the way, you lost sight of something critical. You were the prize all along. But when she left, you let yourself believe otherwise. You let yourself believe that she was the one worth chasing, that she was irreplaceable, that she had the power. But let's flip the script. Wasn't it you who brought value to the relationship? Wasn't it you who gave your time, energy, and effort? Wasn't it you who provided stability, loyalty, and presence? So why then are you acting like you were the lucky one? Society has trained men to think they must earn a woman's love, that they must chase, prove, and bend over backward just to be chosen. But the truth? A man who knows his worth never chases, he attracts. He stands so firmly in his value that he lets others come to him. And the moment you start carrying yourself like that, everything shifts. Because here's the reality, she didn't leave you because she was too good for you. She left because at some point you stopped believing in your own worth. Maybe you became complacent. Maybe you put her on a pedestal. Maybe you started thinking she was the reward, instead of realizing that the real reward was you. It's time to remember who you are. A high-value man doesn't beg. He doesn't wait around. He doesn't seek validation. He builds himself up so powerfully that losing him is the real punishment. And if she can't see that, that's her loss. If you're done forgetting your worth, if you're ready to reclaim your value, comment below. I am the prize. Number 8. Never let a woman break you twice. Getting hurt once is part of life. But letting it happen twice? That's a choice. A weak man repeats cycles. A strong man learns. And the truth is, most men don't get their hearts broken by different women. They get their hearts broken by the same type of woman over and over again. Think back. Were there signs? Red flags you ignored? Times she disrespected you, pulled away, or tested your boundaries, and you let it slide? That's why this happened. Not because she was special, but because you failed to recognize the pattern. And now, you have two options. You can either keep making the same mistakes, or you can break the cycle for good. Here's the brutal reality. If you don't change you, nothing changes. You'll meet another woman, fall into the same emotional traps, and end up right back where you started. And that's how most men stay weak. They learn nothing. They move from heartbreak to heartbreak, blaming women instead of fixing their own blind spots. But a man who studies his past, a man who remembers what broke him, that man never falls the same way twice. You can't control who leaves. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control what you tolerate, what you allow, and what you walk away from. And the next time a woman disrespects you, takes you for granted, or plays games, you won't stick around to see if she changes. You'll walk away first. A woman can only break you if you give her the power to do it. Take that power back, learn the lesson, and never let the same wound cut you twice. If you're done repeating the past, if you're ready to break the cycle, comment below. Once is a lesson, twice is a choice. Number 9. The coldest truth. She never belonged to you. This is the hardest pill to swallow, but once you do, you'll never suffer over a woman again. She was never yours, not truly, not permanently. She was never something you could own, control, or keep. She was simply a person passing through your life, just like you were passing through hers. The reason you're in pain is because you believed she belonged to you. You believed the relationship was something permanent, unshakable. But the reality? Nothing in this life is truly yours. Not people, not relationships, not even time. Everything is temporary. Everything is borrowed. And the moment you attach yourself to something as if it's yours forever, you set yourself up for suffering. A Stoic man understands this. He doesn't hold on to things with clenched fists. He doesn't seek ownership over people. He experiences them, appreciates them, but always remains detached. Because the moment you realize she was never yours to lose, the pain disappears. She made a choice. She walked away. And whether you agree with it or not, it was never in your control. But what is in your control? How you respond, how you detach, how you move forward with the understanding that no one, not her, not anyone, can take away your inner peace. Let go. Not with resentment, not with bitterness, but with understanding. Because once you stop trying to possess something that was never yours, you set yourself free. If you're done holding on to illusions, if you're ready to free yourself, comment below. I own nothing, I lose nothing. Number 10. The unshakable man, who you must become now. This is the moment you decide whether you stay the same or become something greater. Every man has a choice after heartbreak. Most let it break them. They drown in emotions, spiral into weakness, and waste months, sometimes years, trapped in the past. But a rare few. They use this pain as a catalyst. They let it forge them into something unstoppable. They become unshakable. What does that mean? It means you never let emotions control you again. You never let attachment make you weak. You never give anyone the power to break you. It means you walk through life with a level of detachment that makes you unbreakable. Women come, women go. Success rises, success falls. People enter your life, and people leave. And through it all, you remain the same, focused, unmoved, in complete control of yourself. The unshakable man is not heartless. He's disciplined. He feels everything but reacts to nothing. He experiences love, pain, and loss, but never lets them define him. And when people see him, they feel it. That aura of strength, that presence that says, this man doesn't need anything from anyone. That's who you must become now. No more chasing, no more obsessing, no more waiting for people to validate you. Your mission is bigger than her, bigger than heartbreak, bigger than anything temporary. Your mission is you, so stand up, accept what's happened, and walk forward, not with bitterness, not with regret, but with absolute unshakable certainty that the man you're about to become is one she'll never have access to again. If you're done being ruled by emotions, if you're ready to be unshakable, comment below. I control myself. Nothing controls me. This isn't just about getting over her. This is about becoming a man who never breaks over a woman again. A man who doesn't need validation, doesn't beg for love, and doesn't let emotions dictate his actions. That is the path of the Stoic. You now have the tools, the mindset, the power to shift the way you see yourself, relationships, and life itself. No more chasing, no more waiting, no more weakness. From this point on, you walk forward with discipline, with control, with a level of self-respect that makes you the one who decides. You the one who sets the terms. You the one who owns your fate. So what happens next? That's up to you. You can sit in the past, reliving the pain, or you can use it. Build yourself up so powerfully that when she looks back, if she ever does, she won't see the same man she left. She'll see someone she can never touch again. If this video gave you something to think about, if you're ready to step into your power, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And let me know in the comments, what's the hardest truth you had to accept after your breakup? Stay strong, stay disciplined, and remember, you are in control.